I'm gonna show you how great I am.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Aiden here, and I got
Jenilee and the babes
with me. I just realized we're matching again.
We always do it, but we don't plan it. So just so you know, we don't plan it.
You guys really loved our last Q&A, so we were like, hey, we should definitely host another Q&A. So we're in the baby's room right now, and we're gonna scroll through Instagram. Got over 150 questions. We're gonna scroll through and try to answer as many as we can. And if you guys like this video, leave a comment below. She did the right thing. I'm much more of like a fly by the seat of your pants guy, and she like has them circled, and I'm just good to scroll. So you go first because you're more prepared.
What do you think about all the cisgender parents' gender reveal parties? Since we don't believe that the gender can be revealed until the child reveals it themselves and explores it themselves and identifies it themselves, we don't really believe in the gender reveal party. But if you want to have a sex reveal, I don't have any judgment about that. I just think that it's important to leave space for the wide spectrum of what female and male can look like in the world.
Totally. And
how that can be expressed and identified, and, bringing gender into it is just a whole different subject in my eyes.
Did Jenilee have any funny cravings during pregnancy? So what I remember is in the very beginning, Jenilee loved mochi, which she never liked mochi ice cream before ever, but she had this crazy intense craving, and from a very specific one. So first it was mochi, then you loved pretzels, like soft pretzels, to the point that I made her some homemade soft pretzels, which came out really good.
Yeah, they were probably the best ones I've had. Because I was on the lemon kick for so long. Everything needed to be lemon flavored.
Yeah, because you wanted all kinds of lemon.
I'm really about the coconut right now.
Oh, okay.
The coconut.
So another question we get a lot of is name ideas, or the name. The name will be, you said this in the last Q&A, the name will be revealed when the baby is here. That's when you learn the name. We're not telling anyone, not our friends, not our family, nobody. Jenilee and I are the only ones who know what the name is, and we're not even 100% sure on the name, right? So we're not 100%, we're like 98% sure on the name.
This baby that's gonna come out of me is gonna have their own essence, their own personality, their own style, their own swag. Like, we wanna make sure that the baby swag that comes out of my belly matches the name that we have in mind.
It's like when you get a puppy, you're like, I'm gonna name this puppy Max. And then you get the puppy and you're like, this puppy's name is not Max. I feel like that's what we're gonna do.
Exactly, and it's like, I don't really feel like there's a rush. Like, you don't have to name your baby like as soon as it comes out.
Well, I think you legally have to within a few days, but it's not like something you have to know ahead of time, or like the minute it pops out. You have some time to decide. What's the biggest fear when it comes to parenting? I think we might have answered this too, but I think it's changed too. So for me right now, because the baby is like literally on its way here, my biggest fear, I think, is just the birth process. Just having you be comfortable, having all of our desires and needs respected, having the baby get home safe. Process going smoothly, you not being in labor for like 48 hours, like, you know what I mean? A really smooth process.
Please. How open to your family history will you be with your child? Because my family was very private on both the good and the bad. Not hiding things from our child is really important. I don't plan to hold anything back. There's not going to be moments of like, all right, well, I have to make up a story about this, or I'm not going to say the real thing. It's more just like not forcing it, not feeling pressure, just like allowing things to unfold. Because I believe that this baby's going to want to know where they came from. I think that helps us all figure out where we're going.
Are you guys doing any delayed cord clamping or lotus birthing? If you don't know what any of this is, you can Google it, but at the end of the day, it's when the baby's born, it has the umbilical cord, then you birth the placenta, and then the placenta is still feeding the baby, giving the baby oxygen. So you can cut it just whenever you like. You can do a lotus birth, which means you bring the placenta home and you literally wait for it to come off. Or you can do delayed clamping, which would mean, you know, you tab the placenta and the baby and you wait until it stops pulsing before you cut the umbilical cord.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we decided we're gonna do, right?
Right. So
I'm like looking at her, right?
Delayed, yeah. You got it.
Yeah.
Delayed clamping for sure. Like, I see the placenta as this nutrient-rich, incredible organ that has been like supporting the baby for the past 9 months. I am going to be having the placenta encapsulated and ingesting the placenta, you know, as a like sort of a supplement, to give my body back the nutrients that like it's lost in the process of birth.
Do you think being parents will change anything between you two as a couple? Already it's changed us as a couple. You know, when you think about a mother or a father, all of your own feelings and relationships with your own mother or father, or lack thereof a relationship with your mother or father, whatever your story may be, I think when you think about that, all these feelings come up. And, you know, when I see Jenilee and I see the baby, like, she's already a mom, she just doesn't have the baby out yet, you know what I mean? And I think for me, I have a new respect for her. I mean, I've told her this many times, just like the amount of effort she's putting in to birth this baby, the amount of consciousness, and she's really, really just taken on what it is to be a mother and just learning things and teaching me things. And I mean, like, she does like everything you're supposed to do, you know what I mean? Like, to the point that I'm like, do we really have to do that too? And she's like, yes, we do. So it's already changed my view of you, of just how you've just gotten stronger and more confident. And I feel like with this baby, it's really pushed you, the way we want to birth the baby, the things we want to do, it's really pushed you to stand up for yourself. And I feel like as I see you with the baby, and like, I feel like I'm going to be more and more appreciative of what you offer us. Okay, now say nice things about me.
He loves the baby so much. Like, he talks to the belly more than he talks to me, and he just has a lot of love for this little being. And I just see him figuring out his role as a dad. A lot of strength too in you that I've seen just sprout and develop. And you know, it's definitely brought us a new level of intimacy, really.
Oh, yeah.
My body changing and having him witness that, and all of that just feels so vulnerable and intimate. And so it's just like, definitely feels like a tighter bond.
First thing you plan to do with the baby. When I think of like when we bring the baby home, what's the first thing? You know, we have like a cute little outfit we bought that we really, really can't wait to put them in. So that's my, like, that, my thought is like, that's probably one of the first things we'll do. And introducing them to Lucky.
Well, the thing that comes before the outfit is the thing I'm really excited about, is giving them their first bath.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So like,
cute.
That just sounds really fun to me, especially because our plan is to have a water birth. So the baby's in water in my belly, will come out into water during the birth. And then the first thing that we'll get to do before we get them all dressed up or whatever is give them a bath in there.
In this little whale bath. How cute is this thing? Oh my gosh.
This is a gift from our friend
so
Yadi.
It's super cute. I had to show you.
We're very excited about the bath, the outfit, the snuggles.
Yeah.
You know, just the being present.
Yeah, like, I can't wait to just be like in the bed, waking up, and like you're there and the baby's there and Lucky's there and everyone's there. And
yeah, it's our family.
It's our family.
Just like creating this for so long, and I just can't believe how close it is. Like, every time I look down, obviously I know how close it is, but it's just like, wow.
M. Fallon 130 said, "Aren't you scared to death about being a parent?" Oh my goodness, are you going to have more babies? We don't know. Jenilee and I have always talked about having a baby. Like, you wanting to go through the experience of being pregnant. And we have talked about adopting a kid.
Yeah.
You know, that was another thought too, was like, well, you know, we'll have a biological baby first, if we can, right? And luckily we could. So it's like, okay, you know, if we decide to have another kid, I don't know if it'll be...
Yeah.
I don't know if you'll get pregnant again. I don't know if we'll foster a kid or we'll adopt a kid. I I don't really know yet. We're very open to the possibilities. I always like the thought of, you know, maybe getting a LGBTQ child that is just kind of displaced. But yeah, we don't have anything set in stone yet.
We're just super open.
Yeah.
I think we're super open.
Yeah.
Just
and our the place that we have right now has one extra bedroom, and we're in it right now. So right now, ain't no other babies. Why did you need to know the sex of the baby? And we needed to know the sex of the baby for me and my relation being transgender, the biology of the baby. I have zero experience with biological male bodies. I'm trying to get some education on biologically male babies and how to take care of them if there's really any difference.
It felt responsible
to
us.
Yeah, that's a good word. Responsible. It felt responsible. Thank you.
To kind of prep ourselves. How do I take care of this body?
If your child came out as trans at a young age, what advice would you as parents give them? It's a good one, right?
Yeah.
So the first thing they would do is go to therapy. Not because there's something wrong with them, but because they're gonna, you know, they're going through their own processes. They're going through a lot of things. We have our own reflections on this child. We have our own thoughts about them, and they need to be able to talk to someone with a blank slate that they can just get their emotions and feelings out, and someone who can help them figure out those emotions without them thinking that there's a hidden agenda, right? Like, because it's like, you know, if your mom or dad gives you advice, you're like, yeah, well, of course you would say that. You know what I mean? So I think that's the first step. But I think the second step would just be experimenting. You know, we would be like, okay, so like, well, how are you feeling? Well, what made you feel like this? Okay, well, why don't we go try on some of mom's clothes? Let's see how it looks on you. How do you feel in that? You know, like, we would just explore with them. We wouldn't, like, be like, okay, let's go get hormone blockers, but we wouldn't not talk about that with them either, you know? We would just be really open and let them explore, and we wouldn't force any type of medical anything on them. They would come to us and say, you know, Daddy, I really hate my short hair. I hate my short hair. Or the opposite, I hate my long hair. You know what I mean? Like, or they'd be like, I really, you know, I want to wear you know, my friend at school wears a skirt, and, you know, I'm not allowed to at school. And we would talk about that, and then we would get them a skirt and have them wear it around the house and see how they, you know, like, that's what it would be about. It wouldn't be forcing anything. They would let us know what they needed, and we would provide that for them in a safe space called our home.
So it would be silly for us to assume that we know what they need because Aydian identifies as transgender and because I've been in this transgender community for a long time, and just not make that generalization or assumption that, oh, okay, so you feel this way, that also means you feel all of these other ways, and just allow them to explore the spectrum themselves and let us know what they need, and not assume that they need what Aydian needs, or they need what other trans identified umbrella people need.
Thank you all for your amazing questions. Again, if you like this video, please hit the like button. All right, y'all, we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.